Hello everybody, welcome to this vlog. My name is Satya. So this is the 11th installation of Simple Home Network setup. So as part of this vlog I will discuss about of what is the behavior on the local area network host when we connect through Ethernet cable, right? So that is I discussed in the previous video what exactly is Ethernet. So if you connect through a LAN cable or basically the LAN cable is coaxial cable. So if you connect through the RJ45 interface on your laptop or computer to the residential router, then it is called as Ethernet connection. So what is the behavior? We'll discuss it in this vlog. Okay, give me a few seconds, I'll pull up the screen. So as part of this vlog I'll be discussing about PC LAN host 1 connected through LAN Ethernet. So that I have highlighted here clearly the link. So that link I am gonna explain as part of this vlog what happens as part of the Wireshark trace, right? So once you connect a LAN cable and you do the Windows settings to get the address through DHCP, then automatically your computer, that is PC LAN host 1, is in this example will be configured with the IPv4 address for this interface also, that is LAN Ethernet interface. Okay, so then I would like to show this window. I will enlarge it. Right, as part of this command prompt, you see there is this section, that is wireless LAN adapter Wi-Fi IP configuration is already discussed in the previous vlogs, right? So today I'll be discussing about this one. So when you do ipconfig command, it will provide all the IP configurations that is available on your Windows PC, right? So as part of Ethernet adapter that we connected, we have connection specific DNS suffix is home, IPv6 address is a global IPv6 address, then a temporary global IPv6 address, a link local IPv6 address, and an IPv4 address obtained from residential router. All these things are obtained from the residential router, even the IPv6 address. Only thing, the link local address is configured locally, right? So it's not obtained from residential router. So the scope is link local, but global is scope is global, so it is reachable from the public internet also. Then what is the default gateway is 192.168.128.1. I already discussed in my previous vlog. We get an subnet mask which is 255.254.0. That means two sets of 256 addresses can be formed as part of this subnet. So totally 512 addresses are possible in this subnet. Okay, so now I would like to discuss about the Wireshark trace. So quickly I will enlarge it. Yeah, so here first I'll put the filter as DHCP. So it sent a DHCP request. Maybe I had not plugged in the cable, the Ethernet cable or LAN cable or a coaxial cable. So the DHCP request sent by, this is the MAC address of my laptop. So it did not get the ACK from the residential router. So that's why it was sent 3 times. After the third attempt, we got a DHCP ACK with an IPv4 address as part of DHCP. So as part of Windows settings, you have to configure the IP configuration for Ethernet also as DHCP, that is automatic, right? So let's see what exactly is provided by the residential server. So here it tells your client IP address is this 192.168.129.28. Your client MAC address is this one. Then DHCP message type is ACK. Server identifier is 192.168.128.1, which is your residential router IPv4 address. The subnet mask is 255.255.254.0. That means to say that 512 IP addresses are possible in this subnet, out of which it gave one IPv4 address, which is 192.168.129.28. Then what is a router, which is also 192.168.128.1. So if you are sending to any host or any IP address which is not in the same subnet, then it has to send the packet to the router to forward it, right? Then what is a domain name server? Domain name server, it's usually is recursive server, and it's also will be 192.168.128.1, and the domain name is home, as you discussed or as you saw in ipconfig. Okay, so this is with respect to IPv4. Then we will see ICMP v6. So here it starts. So it's first it's sending for the link local IPv6 address that is configured on the Ethernet adapter who has this IP address, and it sends it to a solicited node multicast address formed out of link local IPv6 address. It's asked for, it's called as duplicate address detection, to check for whether this address is duplicated by another node or other node is having the same link local IPv6 address on the same link. Then this IPv6 address will not be configured, but we did not receive any neighbor advertisement for it. Okay, so then it does the same duplicate address detection for global IPv6 address and the global IPv6 temporary address. Then once the link local address is made sure that it's not duplicated in the network, then it sends a router solicitation asking for the router parameters, right? After sending the router solicitation, we have to listen or join to a multicast groups that we don't want to listen from. So this I already told, it's related to Apple application. Here we are joining it to, we are saying that we don't want to listen to ff02::1:ffc2:5d3. Then we are also telling that we don't want to listen from this particular multicast group and also from this multicast group. So rest of the multicast groups, when they send any packet on the link, then we will listen to it. Okay, so then in response to router solicitation, you will get a router advertisement also. Yeah, there it is. So it is sent to all hosts on the link, right? As part of router advertisement, you know there will be a prefix. ICMP prefix is here. So this is the ICMP prefix information /64. Using this prefix, it will form a temporary address and a permanent address on the Ethernet link. Okay, so yeah, then there is a route information, what you have to add as part of the routing table, IPv6 routing table. What is the MTU for the link, and what is a recursive DNS server. As you know, recursive or proxy DNS server means you send a DNS query, it will be intercepted by the residential router and it will forward it to the backbone DNS server. Once it receives a DNS response, it will intercepted by the residential router and it will be again forwarded to the actual client which asked for it. Okay, then there is source link layer address to update the neighbor table in the ICMPv6. Okay, so this information, the prefix information, is used to perform stateless address auto configuration, right? So once stateless address auto configuration is done, then you will have two addresses, right? So let me expand it so that you guys will clearly understand what I'm talking about. So this address, these two addresses are formed. As you see, the prefix is same, right? So these two addresses will be formed from the stateless address auto configuration. So this is what I wanted to discuss as part of this vlog. If you like the video, please like the video, and if you want more information on the local area network protocols, then do subscribe to the channel and put a comment. Okay, thank you, bye.